Hi, good evening, guys. My name is Randy, and welcome to another episode of Tech and Things. Okay, so today, this evening, today today is actually Fifth, and I'm in Ghana. I'm speaking to you from Ghana, and tomorrow is our Independence Day. So tomorrow's Sikh March, we are celebrating. Ghana is celebrating its Independence Day. Another year. God has been good for so many years since we had independence. So we celebrate it every 6th March. Okay, so let's just dive into today's topic. Okay, so today, what are we going to talk about? Today, we are going to talk about what to do to enter into the world of cybersecurity. What do you need to do? Just like yesterday I spoke to you about or concerning what you need to do and what you need to consider before you enter into tech. Today we are going to hammer on it. We are going to talk about solely that. So what do you need? What do you need? If you are somebody who has the passion, the interest in doing cybersecurity, what do you need to enter? What do you need to do before you enter into cybersecurity? Okay, so like I said, I told you in my first video, you can, before I go on, I will need your feedback. Can you let me know what I did wrong in my first video, what I should have done, what I didn't do? Like I said, the ending of the video, I'm talking about the first video. We are all not perfect, so I would like to have your feedback. Did I do good, and did I miss certain things? I don't know. Is it a good decision to shoot or to shoot in the dark? Because I kind of like the atmosphere when I shoot in the dark with light, with just light concentrating on me with my shadow behind me. I don't know if it's unprofessional. I'm not a professional when it comes to videography. You get my point. So I know there are channels, or most channels shoot with complete lights around them, but me personally, I think I don't know, but I kind of feel more comfortable when I shoot in the dark. But please, if you think it's unprofessional or it's unwise of me to shoot in the dark, please kindly let me know. You get my point, so that I do things the right way. You get my point. You are the only ones who will help me know the right thing to do. Anyway, so I am open to critics, and I am open to complaints. So if you have anything you want to share with me, you want to advise me on how to go about something, kindly let me know. You get my point. Okay, so let's just go into today's topic. So what do you need to enter into cybersecurity? Or if you have interest, what do you want to do? What can you do? What do you need to do? And what are some of the topics you need to cover, or the areas you need to cover? Okay, so before I speak to you about the things or the topics you need to cover, I will say this, and I said it yesterday, and I will say it again. Cybersecurity, unlike any other tech, is difficult, but it's also easy. It depends on your level of IQ and how much time you spend studying and how you study. All of us has our different ways of studying. Some people prefer to watch videos in order for them to understand certain things. Some people also prefer to read articles on websites in order to help them understand certain things. Some people too, they prefer to have a one-on-one. Some people like virtual studies, some don't. So it all depends on how much time you spend studying and your way of studying. You get my point? We all have our ways of studying. Me, I have my own ways. Mine is either a video. I don't do virtual studies. But if it's a video, let's say a video from a YouTube channel or a one-on-one, I'm able to grasp things and understand things easily. And I also like to read articles because it's good to research. So when I watch the video from here and I'm not getting understanding or much understanding, I go ahead to do more research and then I read about it. Yeah, I know I'm wearing the same clothes from yesterday. It doesn't matter. Don't worry, I'll change it tomorrow. Anyway, so before you enter into cybersecurity, there are certain things you need to consider. You get my point. First of all, your reason for entering into cybersecurity. Some people, like I said yesterday, some people their reason or their motive is because of the money involved. But come on, you don't go into the jungle to search for let's say to search for a bear just because you've heard a bear skins are expensive, so when you sell you make a lot of money, and then you just go into the forest to search for a bear to kill and peel off its skin to sell, and without knowing exactly how to do it. You just follow friends and then you go. You need to know certain things. So your reason being money is not good enough. It's not good enough. But actually, uh, you need to know certain things. Your motive. I asked a friend of mine actually asked me and told me that he want to learn cybersecurity. Since I did a course in cybersecurity, I actually did networking and cybersecurity engineering. So he asked me, and I told him, "Oh, I think I asked him what his reasons were because I'm the kind of person I don't like to start something and then I can't finish. So I think well and I analyze and I assess myself. Am I ready to go through it? Because I don't want to start it and then I'm done. I never want to feel like a failure and I never want to feel like a quitter. So I always prefer that when I start, I'm ready to make sure I get to the finish line or I end it. Some other time, maybe I will tell you a story about a particular story about what I just said, or a story about something I started, I did, and I told myself, even if I become last, it will be better for me to get to the finish line. I'll tell you about that story. I think for me, it's inspirational, and you can get a thing or two from it. Anyway, so we don't just dive into it. So, what is your reason? For me personally, I would say what the answer my friend gave to me when I asked him what his reasons were. He was like, "Oh, the world is in 20 years to come. The world will change. The world will become tech. The world will grow, or the world will be computerized." That's exactly his words. 20 years to come, the world will be computerized. And I told him, I was like, that one is not a good reason enough because you can't tell me because 20 years to come, the world will be computerized. So you want to enter into tech or you want to enter into cybersecurity. So what if you don't do well? So this is what I told him. Cybersecurity is difficult, but if you have a strong passion, normally people do well in it if they have a strong passion in it. Because I mean, any senior hacker, any senior ethical hacker will tell you cybersecurity is can be frustrating. It can be overwhelming and it can be frustrating, especially when you are getting to the middle part of it. Yeah, I've heard a lot of senior hackers, the likes of Heath. Yeah, Heath is on YouTube. So Heath, Rian, and Network Chuck. Yeah, I've heard a lot about them. I like Network Chuck a lot. He makes studying tech or cybersecurity very interesting. The way he's lively when he's teaching, so he makes it interesting. So you don't just you need to consider certain things. You get my point. You need to consider certain things. What are some of the things you need to consider? what is my main motive? When I start, will I quit? So I was telling him about how overwhelming it can be and how frustrating it can be, especially when you are getting to the middle part of it. There are times that you are studying and it's like as if you have gotten the understanding, but by the time you realize, or in your process of studying, you just realize that hey, you didn't actually get anything. So you start being frustrated. You understand this? A typical example is when I was studying SQL injection. I was trying to get understanding of SQL injection vulnerability. And for SQL injection vulnerability alone, for me, it took me about 3 months before I understood that particular vulnerability. It took me about 3 months. And the reason why it took me about 3 months is because I realized that although I did something in database, I didn't really understand the the whole flags and the the parameters, or let me say let me use the right terms, the payloads that I'm supposed to use. I didn't understand what was going on. But it took me 3 months before I was able to actually understand SQL injection vulnerability. And unlike TCP/IP, when I was studying networking, TCP/IP actually took me 1 month. And all thanks to this YouTube channel, Tech and Terms. Sorry, Tech Terms. Tech Terms. So I took some lessons from Tech Terms where they explained TCP/IP, they explained the SI model to me for me to understand. I mean, I'm talking about all the layers, not just OSI model, the layers from top to down, from application layer to physical layer, from physical layer to application layer. They explain every bit of it: transport layer, session layer, presentation layer. Yeah, in a cartoonized or in an animation way. So it took me 3 months for me to understand, because I had to watch the video over and over again and also do read some articles. Yeah. So you need to have strong passion for it. You need to have a strong interest in cybersecurity if you want to enter into it. What is your reason? And you also need to set some sort of rules for yourself that no matter how difficult it will become, you will go through it. And sometimes too, even when you start and you start feeling the frustration, some advice I took from some senior hackers is that at times when it becomes frustrating, you can leave what you are studying. Yeah, leave it. And I've read some confessions from some hackers. Some even said they left the cybersecurity course for 3 months and then they came back. Some also said that they left it for 2 months. Even me too. Sometimes I think I left it for 1 month, then I went back to it. When it becomes frustrating for me, I leave it. When I say I leave it, it doesn't mean that I forget about it. No, I still keep trying to remember what I learned. Then I make sure that when I get back, I don't get lost. I just continue from where I left off. So, and when you are studying, like I said, you need to set some rules for yourself. You need to set rules for yourself. You need to have it in your mind that it's difficult. That one, just set it up. Just make sure it's in your head that it's difficult. But if no matter what, you won't give up, because once you set it up in your mind that it's difficult, unless probably you are not a problem solver, and unless you are not a warrior, or you are not, how do I put it, you are not someone, you are not a fighter. Because for we like this, we who want to make it in life, or who want to succeed in life, who want to be very successful, Charlie, no matter what, we don't stop. No matter how difficult things will be, we don't end it there. So, after considering your passion, knowing how strong your passion is, and knowing the difficult journey you are about to take, after knowing all these things, the next thing to do is you need to, before I go into that, cybersecurity. When you do your research, you will be told that cybersecurity mostly take 1 year So it mostly it takes 1 year to become an ethical hacker. It takes 1 year. Yeah, that's what my research says. The research I did, it takes 1 year to become an ethical hacker. But the 1 year also depends on how long you study. Because at times it can become more than 1 year. It all depends on how long you study. So are you the type? Me personally, I was studying from morning till evening, non-stop. When I say non-stop, I only rest when I feel tired or when I start feeling some sort of headache. That's when I rest. I mean, I take a break and then I sleep. But whilst you are studying, it becomes interesting, and then you will study and study and study. It's like playing game. By the time you realize, time is far gone. So I spent I think the whole of last year I was studying cybersecurity. The whole of last year. It doesn't mean I didn't go to school. Yeah, I went to school to acquire some certificates. I actually went to school to acquire some certificates. But after the school, the school didn't teach me everything. So after the school, I took 1 year to do some studies on my own. I watched YouTube. I will give you all those channels. I watched YouTube channels. I downloaded some channels to watch. I also registered on some websites like Hack the Box and Try Hack Me, Hot Swagger. Yeah, I learned from all those places, and I mean, cybersecurity is something that you can never stop learning. You always need to study to always catch up to follow up on what is going on. You need to follow the trend. What is going on? Maybe there are new attacks or new vulnerabilities in you may not know. Yeah. So uh, it takes 1 year, but it depends on how much time you spend studying. If you do your research, you will know. It depends on how much time you spend studying. Also, with cybersecurity, you need to make sure you have a powerful machine, a correct machine. I mean, I think if you have an Alienware, it's fine. And if you also don't have an Alienware, but at least you have an 8 GB RAM and maybe, yeah, 8 GB RAM and 1 TB hard disk or 500 gig, you are good to go. Yeah, at least have 8 GB RAM because you are going to install virtual machine and dedicate some RAM to the virtual machine. So make sure you have, and make sure you have a very good processor also, because if you have a bad or a poor processor, it's going to disturb you. It's going to disturb you. But if I were you, what I would do is when I buy the machine, I'm not going to use it for anything because I have my machine here. I actually have 3 machines. I have 2 desktop and 1 laptop. So for the laptop, I use it for only cybersecurity. I don't do anything else with it. I use only I only use it for cybersecurity, and for the other desktops, I only use it to work at my office or in my office when the need be. Yeah, so me personally, I'm a graphic designer. I also work as a web developer. I mean WordPress web developer. Yeah, I that's what I do. I want to use a particular word. I also double as, yeah, that's the word I wanted to use. I double as a WordPress website developer. So that's why I have 3 machines. So after considering the RAM size and the hard disk size you need to use, you also need to consider something else. What else you need to consider is you need to consider time. When you start studying cybersecurity, you can't, I mean, any professional hacker or any senior hacker will tell you you can't do cybersecurity and do something else. No, you can't do cybersecurity and do something else. If you are doing cybersecurity, it's cybersecurity. If you are doing something else, it's something else. Because cybersecurity is like when because I am in it. I went through it and I'm still in it. This is what I will tell you. Cybersecurity is like a woman. You get my point? It's like a female, or it's like having a girlfriend. You know, women like attention a lot, or most women like attention a lot. So that's how cybersecurity is. You need to give it attention all the time. You can't study today, then tomorrow you are not studying. Let's say you study something small today, then a week later you come back and study, By the time you come back, you have forgotten what you learned the previous time. So you will have to go back to it before you can continue. That's how it's like, and you need to give it more time. Me, instead, doing cybersecurity has made me lose a lot of friends because I, 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 I wasn't. It's not I was not picking calls, but I wasn't calling anybody. I wasn't doing calls. Like there was no way I will call you and talk to you for hours over unnecessary things. Yeah, so I lost a lot of friends, and what I was looking for was to have, and up until now, I'm still looking forward now. I'm still looking to have some ethical hackers or hacker friends. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for hacker friends because I need their influence. You get my point? I need a lot of influence in hacking. Right now, I don't have any hacker friends. If I get hacker friends, it will make me happy a lot because in every area that you find yourself in, you need to find some people who are also in that same area so that you can share knowledge. You get my point? Yeah, they can help you with something. You can also help them with something. Even if you can't help them with anything, at least they can help you with something. That's what I'm looking for right now. So aside from considering the type of machine or the kind of machine you need to study cybersecurity, there is something else you also need to study. You also need to consider. You also need to consider your. You also need to consider the topics you'll be studying. So most often you'll be told that if you want to do cybersecurity, the first thing you need to do is to study networking. Yes, of course, you need to study networking. It's true, but you can't do cybersecurity if you don't know a little bit of programming languages, languages like HTML or JSON or CSS. I mean, you need to have basic of these things, especially HTML, because you are going to read codes. You are going to, especially when you are pen testing a website, you are going to have to read codes and send requests. Make sure you read the response and understand what is written there. You need to be able to know how to manipulate these codes, yeah, and get what you want. Yeah, for you to be able to attack and get a POC, you need to be able to manipulate these codes. So you need to have at least basic knowledge in HTML. For me, that's with me. I wasn't told that, but while studying, I realized that and I thank God I already knew something in HTML because I used to code a lot. But the moment WordPress came, I decided to jump into WordPress. I mean, if you code, well, hardly will you find a hacker, a web developer coding. Of late, what we use is CMS, and my go-to CMS is WordPress, and WordPress is a well-known CMS that most developers use. So you need to know a basic. You need to have basic knowledge in HTML. You need to have basic knowledge in CSS. You need to have basic knowledge in JSON. If you like, just have basic knowledge in HTML. That's fine. Then the next thing you need to know is Python. Yeah, Python. Me, as I'm talking to you right now, I'm still studying Python. Yeah, but right now I'm trying to build a tool. There's a tool that I'm trying to build. I'll talk about it later, maybe when I'm done creating that tool. It has something to do with the email bomber, but not just email bomber. I'm adding something else to it to make that tool different from any other email bombing tool. You get my point? So the next thing is you will need to so just like you've heard and people have told you, you need to know networking. So with networking, what are some of the things we will cover? What I'm telling you right now, most people will not tell you because sometimes when you want to study cybersecurity on your own, you don't know where to go, you don't know where to start. Me personally, I had that challenge. Although I was taught in school, it wasn't everything I was taught in school. So most of the things I had to learn them on my own. And how I learned them, I had difficulties whilst learning them. Some of them I had to visit other sites. At times it felt like I wasn't even studying the thing the right way. Yeah, until I watched some videos and I realized I was on the right track. So, but I want to make things easy for you to be able to study. So you need to learn, and I will give you some channels to visit. Those channels help me. I don't know if they will help you, but if they don't help you, good. I am here. I can explain things to you, and I can. You can also visit other channels. I mean, but don't worry. I'll be talking about these things, networking, some topics in networking. I'll be teaching them here. So you will have to study IP addressing. Yeah, you will need to know IP addressing. That is network. You will need to know subnetting. You will need to know uh, MAC addressing, OSI model. You will need to know TCP IP. Yeah, port services protocol. Yeah, you will need to know all these things if you want to study cybersecurity. The first thing you need to do is you need to go through networking. Yeah, but if I were you, once I'm done or whilst studying, I mean, you can draw your timetable. Yeah, you can draw your timetable. Me, my timetable is always in my head. I mean, I'm not trying to say that I'm a genius, but I'm the kind of person, if I draw a timetable, I mean, a practical timetable or literally, if I draw a timetable, I don't follow it. Yeah, so I don't like drawing timetable. I like things to flow like natural. The moment I wake up, I know what I have to study. The moment I wake up, by the grace of God, I know what I have to study. So I don't draw timetable. So the reason is because sometimes when I wake up, the first thing that comes in mind is today I need to study assignment. Then I just go ahead. I don't even bath. I just open my laptop. I sit down. Then I start studying assignment. If I have to study subnetting, I just go ahead. Yeah. So you need to consider these networking topics. You need to learn them. Then when you are done, even before you get into cybersecurity, you also need to read. You also need to install any hacking machine of your choice. But for me, the one I like most is Kali. Yeah, Kali operating system. That's the one I like most. The reason why I like Kali is because of their interface. I mean, their everything. I mean, there's some sort of creativity with their interface, their logo, and their wallpaper and stuff. It kind of makes me go crazy. And my favorite color is blue and black. I think that's why I like Kali a lot. There is power to operating system too. Of late, I've heard people talking about it, saying it's better than any other hacking operating system. But for me, mine is Kali. I mean, there's nothing you can do that will make me shift to any other one. Until I feel like, oh, I've used Kali for a long time, so now let me change it. Also, so once you install Kali, you also need to learn some commands, some Kali commands. Yeah, I will post some of the commands my on the channel. I'll post it under the channel. So I mean under the video, you will need to learn some Kali commands for you to be able to walk through or find a way through the Kali terminal. If you open a terminal, you need to be able to navigate through the terminal. You want to change directory, you want to know the current directory you are in, you want to move away from your current directory, go to a different directory, you want to search for something, you want to remove something, you want to delete something. Yeah, you need to know. Or even if you want to install a particular tool, you need to know how to install that tool. And if you don't know Kali command, how are you going to install those tools? Also, aside from that, to in cybersecurity, you will be studying things like the 5 stages in ethical hacking, which applies everywhere. The 5 stages in ethical hacking. If you want to focus on penetration testing, me personally, because I'm focusing on penetration testing, I've not done any other. I also want to do computer forensics. I mean, I want to be part of the investigation team. Not in my country. I mean, outside the country. Yeah, I want to be part of any investigative team. So that's why I want to study computer forensics. So I will study that one too. I think I even started by I paused along the way because I wanted to concentrate on the web penetration testing part. So that you will study 5 stages in ethical hacking, which includes reconnaissance, that is information gathering, scanning and enumeration. You'll be doing exploitation, gaining access and maintaining access, maintaining access, and then covering tracks. Yeah, those are the 5 stages: reconnaissance, scanning and enumeration, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering tracks. Those are the 5 stages in ethical hacking. And then you will also learn internal and external uh, penetration testing. You will learn those ones too. So, but it's a whole lot. You just need to sacrifice. Yeah, that's how cybersecurity is. You need to sacrifice something in order to learn cybersecurity. If you want to really learn cybersecurity, just like today, to I'll be bringing religion in it. This is for the Christians. I mean, if you are not a Christian, it's fine. Just like God told his disciples, if you want to follow him, you need to disown. You need to let go of your family. I mean, you need to make sure that you are not going to think about your family. So you need to let go of them and then carry your cross. So if you really want to do cybersecurity, then you will need to cut ties with certain things. You will need to sacrifice certain things. You will need to sacrifice some time for cybersecurity. You get my point? When I say some time, I mean it all depends on when you want to finish. And if you're having difficulties, you're having issues, please, please, and please, I am here. Just visit my channel, ask any question. I can leave my number. When you call me, I will explain anything you want me to explain to you. You get my point. This is for any beginner who want to study cybersecurity or any rookie. Me too, I was a rookie. Yeah, I was a rookie. A rookie, when if you've ever heard of script kiddie, me, I was a script kiddie before. So if you ever heard of a script kiddie, let me tell you who a script kiddie is. Maybe you don't know who a script kiddie is. A script kiddie is also a hacker. Yeah, they are also hackers, but they are hackers who don't know anything about cybersecurity. They don't know. They know nothing about hacking. So for them, all they do is they install the hacking operating system, and they just do trial. They just do things in. Sometimes they are able to be successful in whoever they are trying to hack, but sometimes they are not successful because they don't even know the problem they are causing. You get me? Because they don't have no knowledge about what they are doing. They are just doing. It's like sitting in a car, or it's like sitting in a James Bond car, and I mean 007, sitting in a James Bond car and not knowing which button to press. Like a lot of buttons in the car, you just want to press some any button at all and see what happens. Yeah. So that's who a script kiddie is. So if you are new there, you are a script kiddie. If you don't know anything about hacking or cybersecurity, you are a script kiddie. So you can ask me any question under my channel. I mean within the comments, and I'll be glad to answer you. Yeah. If I don't know, I'll let you know. I don't. I am that real and I'm that straightforward. I'm not here to impress anybody. We are all not perfect. We are all studying. We are still studying. Currently, okay. So currently, I am working as a freelancer or a freelance. I'm working as a bug bounty hunter or a security researcher. Currently, that's what I'm doing. But I'm still studying. You get my point? Because you can never stop studying, especially if you are in the field of cybersecurity. You can never stop studying. I'm still studying. At times, things become overwhelming for me, but I still find my way through it. Because right now, I am still studying. I'm studying Python. I am practicing Python. Yeah, with the Boolean expressions, variables, and strings and all that. So it can become overwhelming for you. At times, I want to pause studying Python and then do Anyway, let me not even go there. Okay, so that's it. That's those are the things you need to know. Those are the things you need to consider. But I will tell you this: don't start something. I said it in my video yesterday. Don't start something and quit along the way. Don't be the kind of person that starts and you are not able to finish. Be the kind of person. Just you see, everything happens in your mind. You get my point. Whatever thing goes on, they go on in your mind. You get my. So you need to discipline your mind in such a way that when you start something, sometimes the only thing the only way you can discipline your mind is by setting some rules for yourself. Me, I am a principled person, so the only thing that has helped me so far is my principles. So I'm the kind of person, if I start something, unless I don't know that I'll be able to finish this thing. But once I know I'll be able to finish, no matter how stressful, no matter how difficult it will be, I still go through it. Yeah, I make sure I go throughout, I get to the end of the tunnel. That's how I am. No matter how devastating, no matter how frustrating it will be or it can be, I still go through it. So just make sure you you are ready to go through it all, because it's like getting married to a woman. You know, marriage is a lifetime thing. So if you know you are not ready for the marriage, don't go in. Yeah, if you know you're not ready, don't go in. And please don't allow anybody to discourage you if you want to do cybersecurity. Don't, because the reason why I'm saying this is because I have also been through stigmatization, or should I call it stigmatization? I think I was. Some people try to discourage me, but I'm the kind of person that can be hardly. It's hard for me to be discouraged because I'm an introvert, and you know, introverts have they carry their own energy. Introverts don't get energy from people. We carry our own energy, so it's hard for me to be discouraged because me, I always encourage myself. Everything and anything around me always encourages me. So there is no way you can discourage me if I really want to do something or if I have passion for something. All right, guys. So that is it for today. Tomorrow, so like I said, okay, let me just give you the channels, but I'll still post them under the video in the description. So one is Tech Times. Yeah, Tech Times will teach you anything under networking, and Network Check will also teach you anything under networking. But Network Check also teaches cybersecurity and any kind of hacking. Network Check will teach you. Network Check will teach you about how to gather information or how to find someone's phone number with phone in Forga. Yeah, how to gather information or how to gather information about a phone number with phone in Forga using Docker. Yeah, aside from that, too, there are certain other things here I learned from Network Check. Network Check will also teach you Metasploit. I think I learned Metasploit from Network Check also. So, and Network Check is very lively. He is very lively. I mean, when this guy is teaching you or explaining things to you, you will enjoy. He makes it interesting. He makes it lively. He's not the stiff kind of person. You get my point. He makes it so lively to watch, and you will follow him, and it's interesting. So aside from Network Check, also comes Heath. Yeah, Heath actually is part of a particular, should I say, organization or institution, TCM. I've forgotten the full name of TCM, but you can just type Heath, yeah, and Heath, 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 in the search box of YouTube, and then search for Heath. Yeah, what Heath does is he teaches half of a 24-hour course. You know, it's actually a 24-hour course, so he teaches half of it. It's a 24-hour ethical hacking course. 24-hour ethical hacking course. It's a course that once You go through it and you are done. You are done. You get your certificate. But he has taken half of that course and he is teaching it for free. You get my point? He's teaching it for free. So it is also a good channel if you want to learn cybersecurity. Learning from it is also a good channel. But one thing I also like about Heath is when he is teaching you, he starts from he starts teaching you a bit about networking, especially subnetting. He will teach you something about subnetting, teach you something about OSI model, teach you something about protocol, port services protocol, teach you something about IP addressing. Before he will teach you something about networking in general, just basics. He can't teach, he doesn't teach everything. He didn't teach everything under it, but I think he took it as that part is for maybe you already know something about networking and you would want to refresh your mind. So for me, it helped me a lot because I already knew something about networking. Aside from that, too, it will also teach you what to do. Then maybe the next time that is what I will bring. That is the next thing I will be talking about. The next topic: what to do after you install Kali Linux. What do you need to do after you install Kali Linux? There's something you need to do after because for me, what Heath taught me after I installed Kali Linux, I had to install something else in order to update. Even before you update your Kali, there's something you need to do before you update the Kali. So aside from Heath, to comes Rian. Rian is also another channel. He too will teach you anything about penetration testing. He will teach you anything about penetration testing, from how to use FF, how to scan, the right tools to scan, what to use to scan with the likes of C. He will give you some sites that you can use to scan for or do your recon operation or your recon exercise with the likes of CRT.sh built with which will give you the web technology and also who is and Wapalizer and Clearbit and all that. So those are the channels, and aside from them, these are channels on YouTube. Tech Terms, Network Chat, Heath, React, they are four. But when it comes to the websites, you will have to register on Hack the Box HTTP. Hack the Box. They will teach you. What I like about Hack the Box too, Hack the Box too will also prepare your mind for what you're about to study. Just as I told you that there is something you need to have strong passion. That's my own way of preparing your mind. But Hack the Box will take you through a whole lot of things. Hack the Box will tell you reasons why people easily give up when they start studying cybersecurity and all that. So you'll get the understanding. So Hack the Box. Try Hack Me. So make sure you go through Hack the Box first before you visit Try Hack Me. For me, I know why I'm telling you this. If you want to go through Try Hack Me first before you visit Hack the Box, that's fine with me. You can also check GT. What is it? Is it? I've forgotten this one because it's been a long time since I visited that site. I think it's Java T Point. I just remember Java T Point. So you need to also visit Java T Point and Nullbyte. Nullbyte will also give you free hacking tutorial. Nullbyte will also give you free hacking tutorial. Same as Java T Point will also teach you. Java T Point also teaches networking, and these ones are websites that you need to visit them if you want to get more understanding into cybersecurity and networking. Aside from Java T Point, Nullbyte, Hack the Box, and Try Hack Me. From there, then you know the almighty Postrigger. They created WebSuite. So Postrigger will teach you how to exploit some vulnerabilities in web application. And also even on a system. If you want to attack a system, how to they will teach you all that. That is what trigger. I mean, of course, by using their tools. Yeah, that is best suit. So for me, I've not paid for the pro version. So what I use is the community version. You get the community version is free, so that's what I use. The next time I'm going to talk about okay, let's just wait till that day comes. You get my point? Because there's a lot, like I said yesterday on my other video, there's a lot we'll be talking about. So